Black Ops 6 Season 4 is finally here this weekend. With it comes a lot of new content, changes, and more. But as always, in the interest of getting you fully prepared today, I wanted to take some time to talk about everything that you need to know ahead of the Season 4 launch. From launch times, preloads, when patch notes go live, what's coming, what's reserved for mid-season and beyond. We're taking a look at all of that and more. So drop your thoughts, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and other FPS coverage. I'd love to have in the community. For now, let's get into it. So first and foremost, when does Season 4 launch? Well, it's back to all one-time launching again. Unlike Season 3 that broke up the Black Ops 6 update and the Warzone update on 2 separate days, we're all back to launching everything this upcoming Thursday, May 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that's 12 p.m. noon Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, and elsewhere in the world denoted on screen for easier time conversions for you if, say, you're in Tokyo or Melbourne or something like that, where 9 a.m. Pacific is probably not the easiest time conversion, but on screen is the rest of those to hopefully make it easier. As for preload availability and update sizing, full transparency, I'm recording this a few days earlier, but as of recording this, a preload is not yet live for all platforms, but one is absolutely going to be imminent. As strange as it always is, BNet has seemingly had this sort of go earlier than everything else for a little while now, while PlayStation and Xbox usually get that preload about 24 hours before the update. So anytime from like Tuesday to Wednesday, I'd start to maybe check in incrementally if you have some time to check if there's an update available on PlayStation or Xbox. And then if you're on PC, of course, that will be something that it should automatically download for you by default, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, as for patch notes, that's also something we can start to expect to see a little earlier. While it's not confirmed just yet, the last 2 seasons, and thus the last 4 seasonal updates at this point, we've had patch notes go out the day before the update itself. So we'll have a better understanding of the game changes ahead of the actual content launch, which is cool, or should. Though, as a reminder, basically every single seasonal update breaks something in COD, so while changes on paper may sound nice, you may look forward to some balancing changes, whatever, there's also probably something that will be broken for the first few hours at least, if not longer on update days, so bear that in mind. As for the length of Season 4 here, if recent averages are anything to go off of, we're probably looking at another 8-week season here, bringing our mid-season update to June 26th and a Season 5 launch around July 24th. I'm feeling a bit more confident in those dates as targets, given the Zombies events King of the Dead and Master of Grief are detailed in the Season 4 reveal blog as mid-season events, and they start first on the 26th. So if that's the case, 4 weeks up front and 4 weeks on the back half of Season 4 don't seem like a half bad guesstimate for how long you'll have access to the Battle Pass, hitting a certain ranked play, whatever the case of what you're trying to accomplish this season. But as for content coming, we've already talked about this, so kind of breezing through this a little further, but just as a whole recap here for everything all in one place. Multiplayer, you're going to have at launch the weapons of the LC-10 and the FFAR, a submachine gun, and a rifle coming in the Battle Pass. Shortly after, with the first event here, you're going to end up having the Essex Model 7 coming as an event reward. So a third weapon shortly thereafter, but those are your first 3 before the mid-season update. We'll touch on mid-season update content and beyond in a little bit, but back to what you can expect this upcoming week. Maps, you'll have Shutdown, Fugitive, and Blitz. 2 of these being 6v6 core maps, small and medium size, and then Blitz being a strike map, which is both 2v2 for gunfight and 6v6 for face-off. A very small size map here at this. These kind of follow the theme of breaking Stitch out in the seasonal lore here at this, where one is the power facility, one is the actual prison, and then one is an ambush on a bridge as the getaway is happening. Operators you'll see this season are Omen as your BlackCell operator for Crimson 1. Stitch is your Battle Pass operator for Rogue Black Ops. Interesting to see him now finally on the side of Adler, both narratively and I guess physically. And then you'll have in season a little bit Eve Macaro, the ballerina from the John Wick Universal film Ballerina. Modes, you'll have Team Elimination, which is basically limited life kill confirmed, and then one in the chamber coming before mid-season, Team Elimination at launch. And concluding the multiplayer content, you'll have the Grim Reaper in season as a streak that's coming as an event reward. Now, tying multiplayer with the rest of everything together, the Battle Pass is of course happening. You are going to have another BlackCell variant here available, but one thing that we should definitely note is the Battle Pass XP loyalty bonus for BlackCell users. Teasers. This was something that was detailed at the beginning of the year before Season 1 happened, and it was something that we, at that point, really didn't have much to have any concerns about because you probably wouldn't notice it. But this compounding effect was something that you didn't really start to see until Season 2, because at that point, you got a 10% XP bonus if you had BlackCell in Season 1 and in Season 2. If you picked it up in Season 3, you had a 20% XP bonus, whereas say you missed one of those beforehand, you only would get a 10% XP bonus at that point. But now at this point in Season 4, you're starting to see some incremental boosts that will definitely be noticeable to those that do not have it. So if you have BlackCell from Season 1, 2, 3, and then in 4, you'll have a 30% XP boost for both your rank and your weapon XP. So it's definitely something you should be aware of, and we're now starting to see the effects of this. As for zombies, we do not have a brand new map this upcoming season. It does kind of seem now like that rumor that Janus Towers is going to be the final map here for this. That might be something coming in Season 5 at this point, but we do have Grief returning from Black Ops 2 for the first time in, 12 years now, which is kind of crazy to consider. But Grief is a 4v4 sort of competitive mode where two teams try to outwit and outlast each other. You capture zones to debuff enemies. No damage is done directly to enemies. Like, you can't shoot and down an enemy, but you can end up shooting and slowing them down and doing other things. This is available on all maps, but only in sort of sections of the maps at a time. Because, well, if it had the entire map at play, each of these teams could end up just going to opposite ends of the map, and then you just have no griefing. This ends up pitting players in a smaller subsection of these maps so that you're gonna run into each other. So with indirect PvP combat, it's a fight to see who can stay alive the longest. As for new gameplay content and gobblegums, we're gonna have a new ammo mod in Black Ops 6 that are returning from prior games of Shatter Blast, and then gobblegums, you'll have 3 of these at launch, where you have Explosive Flourish, which reloading your weapon creates an explosion around you, giving you a little extra protection. This gobblegum will last for 2 minutes, and then Flavor Hex will activate a random ultra gobblegum. Rain Burps, your final one, will be zombies killed will belch sparkly rainbow bubbles lasting for 3 minutes. And beyond that, other items, you're going to have a new set of Dark Ops challenges coming, which is definitely pretty cool. As a Dark Ops grinder, I love the sound of that, so looking forward to that. And then Warzone, for the content side of things here, you have a new point of interest in Verdansk of the Overlook, basically a brutalist and larger scale Nakatomi Plaza that we saw from Black Ops Cold War's year of support. But interesting that they've already added a sort of adjustment to one of the main points of interest here right after Verdansk was introduced. I'm okay with it, but I just kind of thought that they would adjust existing points of interest, like opening up the stadium versus adding in an entirely different skyscraper right up front in the second season it's live. But whatever, I'm cool with it. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to. There's probably going to be an Easter egg here with that one. One of the big things that I'm looking forward to with Season 4, though, is Clash. This being a returning game mode, which is 104 players, which it's a 52v52, 15-minute team-based mode. This playable in Quarry, Boneyard, Farmland, and Promenade East. It is going to be absolute heaven for all of your Abyss camo grinders out there. It's basically a large-scale team deathmatch or domination, depending on some of the variables included in it. And with 52 enemies to go up against, it's basically double the size of Ground War and going for Warzone camos in particular with your loadouts already equipped. So it's going to be awesome for that kind of stuff. Looking forward to that. Ranked play is going to be coming with Battle Royale at launch, Resurgence ranked at mid-season, and the difference is both of these will be live at the same time when that happens. Finally, we do end up having a couple of different events here coming throughout the first half of the season, likely more on the back half with probably a premium event stream and some sort of surprise that we don't know of just yet. But that is something we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As for your stuff that is still not going to be at launch, but in mid-season and beyond, again, looking towards perhaps June 26th for the mid-season update, you're going to have Eclipse as a brand new strike map and Fringe as a remastered 6v6 map for multiplayer. You're going to have the special weapons of the Olympia and the Pickaxe coming in different event rewards. You're going to have the special weapon attachments of the SVD Full Auto mod, the TR2 CQB auto conversion, and modes of Party Ops. And in Warzone, you're going to end up having a couple of game modes of Havoc Royale, Resurgence Casual, and Ranked Play Resurgence, with new gameplay features of the Care Package and the Loot Master lootable ground perk. You can't actually equip this into your loadouts itself, but only going to be available during Resurgence and Plunder matches to boost the stuff you can end up looting out of caches. The final thing that is a question mark, I think, for mid-season and beyond is possible Black Ops 7 or COD 2025 teasers. we're going to break this down a little bit later, I think next week, after the update and while I'm away and traveling, that we are going to talk about the potential release schedule for all these reveals for Black Ops 7 and COD 2025, because we are getting that point in the year where it's inevitable. So perhaps at mid-season, we start to see some stuff teasing upcoming reveals, or perhaps a reveal itself for Black Ops 7, but that is something to take with a grain of salt. All speculation at this point for that. But anyways, that is everything that you really need to know about Season 4 and Black Ops 6 here upcoming. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to in regards to Season 4 and trying out? Anything not so much? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Season 4, Black Ops 6, and other FPS coverage. I'd love to have in the community. For now, though, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.